Vee Trades technical analysis course coming soon. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for MERCK and Company with the ticker symbol MRK. This was a viewer's request, and thank you for your donation. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first go over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. So just looking at the chart, this looks very different from my previous analysis on FedEx where we saw a downtrend. However, this one is holding up much better than FedEx because this one's kind of going sideways with a slight uptrend bias to it. So I'm going to show you guys right now with the channel tool. If I drag this trend line across the bottom swings, you can see that it's slightly angled up. And if I drag the top of the channel to the highs, you can see that this is a nice fitting channel that the price is respecting. And it's also important to note that yes, it's working its way up. However, it's very weak because the angle of it is not that strong. So you can see that we're making higher highs, higher lows, and we are working its way up, but it's not that strong as a nice healthy trend. So with that being said, let's take a look at the more recent price action, and that will help us decide where prices are going in the short term, probably in the next coming days and weeks. So you can see that there was this consolidation pattern inside of this bigger channel. We bounced from support after having a failed breakout on the bottom side of the congestion. So we had a failed breakout. You can see that all these little tiny bars are inside of this orange range, and then this red bar is outside of it. So that's a breakout of the pattern. However, there was no follow through for that breakout, and we bounced from a critical or strong support level where the trend line was holding since pretty much March of 2021. So this trend line has been holding since March of 2021, so that's a year. So it bounced from a critical support, got rejected, and we saw buyers step in. Buyers thought this would be a good buying opportunity, and they pushed the market up higher. So now we are back at resistance because you can see the top of this range at the 77.82 level is acting as resistance because we got rejected here. We got rejected here before, and we got rejected here. So there's a little triple top. Now we are back at that high again. However, this time they have the momentum to push through this level because we had a failed breakout here, which trapped in a lot of shorts. So I'm expecting a breakout on this opposite side, and with this breakout, I'm expecting prices to go back up to the $80 level, $81 level, and we have to wait and see if maybe if the market wants to make a measured move up. You can see that this would be the first leg up, and we just had a correction down, so this could be the second leg up, and the target is right at the $84 level. So I'll be surprised if we don't have a breakout on this side. It looks like it is going to happen. There's a very strong bullish candle that closed on the daily chart. It's very risky to be buying right now, but I think the market will be able to push through these levels and reach those higher prices. So very simple explanation for the daily chart. I don't really see that much else to it. It's kind of range bound, but with a slight uptrend bias because we have this channel working higher. So since we just were at the low side of the price action like in the past, and we bounced from a support that's very strong, there is reasons for prices to continue higher, at least in the short term. So I'm thinking we're going to re-enter the $80 level, and maybe we'd enter the mid 80s. So that's pretty much everything I have on the daily chart. Let's go and wrap this up on the weekly chart. So here's the weekly chart for MERCK, and you can see that it's very choppy, very sideways, and we haven't been really moving anywhere since 2019. You can see that we're back at pretty much the 2019 price level. So just a lot of sideways action to the price, and there's really no clear direction on which way the market is trending. We are stuck between two price levels, and I'm going to show you guys that right now with the parallel channel tool, and I'm going to make a range of the price, and you can see that the lows being the support at the $68, $69 level, and the highs being resistance at the $87 level. So this is the range pattern that prices have been respecting for years. So this is kind of like the major pattern. you could say the medium pattern. I'll show you the major pattern in just a second. So let's focus on the range as right now, and let's go ahead and make it green. See, we have this green range, and right now prices are going back into the midline. So this is where we can start kind of consolidating. Usually the midline is where we can just be chopping back and forth. Usually the highs and the lows of the range is where we get those bigger moves. Like as you can see here, the bigger moves happen at the extremes of the range and not really the middle. So we could maybe have that pop up like I suggested, but then kind of just flatten out once we reach those smaller or a little bit of higher price targets. So we haven't been back to the lows of the range because, again, there's another pattern working higher, which I showed you guys on the daily chart, and the other pattern is the channel working higher. So we do have this uptrend channel working higher, and that's why prices have not been able to come back to the lows of the range like we did back here in February of 2021. We haven't been going back to the lows of the range when normally we should if we came off the upper side, but we haven't because there's another pattern in play, which is this channel working higher. So maybe this time they do get a breakout of the range if prices do continue higher. However, since it's really weak, I'm expecting maybe something like this happening where we do see that pop up and then we see a breakout of this yellow channel to reach the lower side of this range. So that's what I think is going to happen. Let's zoom out on the chart and show you guys the major pattern since 2008, 2009. And you can see that we've been inside of an uptrend. So this is a nice looking uptrend. Let's go ahead and connect the swings. Drag this across. So that fits pretty good right there. I'd say this is the channel that prices have been respecting since 2009. So we've been working up inside of a uptrend channel. Prices are working higher, making higher highs, higher lows. The buyers are stronger than the sellers because the sellers cannot bring the price back to the previous buying levels. You can see that a lot of people bought over here, but we can't even pull back to the same price level. So that shows a lot of strength in the buying. So that's what leads to an uptrend, making higher prices. Then we started tapering off because we hit the upper side of the channel. So normally when we hit the upper side of the channel, we work to the lower side of the channel. So either we're gonna continue to grind sideways in this range and then eventually maybe reach the lower side of the channel, or we can just start selling off right now. Well, after going up a little bit more, which is I assume that what should happen, and then we start selling off to the lower side of the channel. So let me zoom on the chart a little bit more. Let me show you guys maybe a long-term measured move, or if we have already reached it. Maybe that's another reason why we're stalling out. I can see that this was a huge impulse up. We had a correction, and this was the second impulse. And you can see that pretty much right around this measure move, right around this $84 level, we did surpass it just a small amount, but right around this $84 level, we've been stalling out. Also, we hit the upper side of the channel. And if I zoom out on the chart, you can see that we're pretty much back at the 2000 highs. So again, we're finding resistance because we're back at a strong selling point. So it looks like the market is just being held up, which is good. We're not really selling off. It's good to see a strong up move and then consolidation. That shows strength for the buyers. So I think they're probably going to have a new all-time high for this company in the $92 level. Maybe, I don't know exactly when, but with this trend still pushing up prices and keeping it elevated, I'm going to think that we're going to get a breakout on the top side. As of right now, we could just continue to trend sideways. Like I said before, I'm thinking we go a little bit higher just based on the daily chart in the short term, but I'm still looking for that sell-off, maybe back to the lows of the range before we see higher prices and a new all-time high for this company. So that's everything I have for MERCK. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel since you might be surprised on what you can learn. Leave a comment down below on where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.